Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ocalian Nights. I am joined by 5 amazing players, and backstage we do have David, our producer.
David of
who will be monitoring the chat on Twitch all throughout the adventure. You may even get some chiming in from some of our players. So if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, ideas, go ahead and throw those into the comments during today's game. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do so, as we are now affiliates. Which is very cool. It's a humongous goal for us. It's one of the many on the mountain of Dungeons and Dragons success that we're hoping to acquire during this adventure. So thank you guys for subscribing and for supporting. It really does mean a lot to us. As I'm sure you guys have, if you have run into any of us in the streets and said, "Hey, I saw your adventure," you have seen it on our face how much we care. So thank you so very much. So I would love to introduce my 5 fantastic players in today's game, and we will start over on the corner of the room with Greg Wesolowski.
My name is Greg Wesolowski. I'll be playing Cricket Whittler, the Fairy Circle of Shepherd Druid, as we learned last week.
Sure.
Who's dropping totems, like, what was it, Big Black Thundercat? Was
Yeah, Big Black
that?
Thundercat.
If you're one of our followers, you can end up being a totem. I would like to give a shout out to my middle brother that was not here last week. The one that couldn't make it today is his birthday. So happy birthday to Adam, my brother.
Man, your parents are consistent.
I know, we shockingly are. That's for sure.
Very cool. We'll have to get him in on the part 2 of said adventure.
Of the Big Thunder
which, if you guys
Mountainous.
missed that adventure, we did a one shot for Greg's birthday, where I took a famous attraction here in Central Florida, located in Orlando, called Big Thunder Mountain, and I made it into a Dungeons and Dragons adventure.
It was awesome. My wife did me a heckin' bamboozle
Yeah.
and brought my big brother up. It was wonderful.
Awesome. Yeah, we loved having him. So we would love to have the 3rd brother at some point to finish off that that encounter. Very, very fun. Awesome, Greg. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here and looking forward to today's game, sir.
And also, what a cool shirt you're wearing.
Oh,
Wherever
This is
did
the
you
hottest
get
merch
this
of
incredible?
2022.
Yeah, baby.
Oh.
So cool. So cool. So cool.
Raise
Raise your chair up. You're a little bit short.
Oh, you
Oh.
should. Don't be short now.
So you can raise your chair, probably.
You were in the middle chair.
I'm in the
Nah,
middle.
Sully
My
made
hair
you
is
tall.
tall.
Producer extraordinaire.
David of the distance.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I am taller now. Look at
Awesome.
that. Yay.
So,
Yeah.
so Greg has an awesome shirt that was brought to us by
By
the
our
awesome
friends
dude.
at TJM Promos.
Nice.
If you are one of the lucky people to encounter us in the wild, maybe you too can get an Ocalian Night shirt.
Yeah.
Sally, did you get your Ocalian Night?
Tell them what they've won, Greg.
It's pink.
Yeah, super cool. We have a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different colors. And at our first Ocalian Nights outing, where we will be at the mall for some con of sorts, hopefully.
Whatever the date on that is, yeah.
We'll
have
this
more
month.
details
We'll
on
figure that out. We'll put stuff into the stuff below.
Check it out.
But we'll have a bunch of merch there for you guys, shirts at the least, and a bunch of cool Dungeons and Dragons activities planned for you guys. So stop by. Yeah. But we'll put that information in the things below. So sitting right next to Greg is his beautiful wife. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is and I am a friend to the animals. I'm obviously I'm a bard and a gnome, and well, that's about all. In real life, in my other life, my name is Darian, and I do run a really cool organization called Art Army of Ocala, and we will be at First Friday Art Walk this Friday, which is January 7th, and we always provide a really fun, interactive art activity. It's totally free. It's totally cool. Just come check it out and enjoy some live music and visit the other artists from Ocala.
Yeah, absolutely. First Friday art walks are very, very cool. You kind of just walk around downtown and take a look at art. It's pretty fantastic. You have the opportunity to talk to artists and discuss art and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Yeah, and sitting next to Darian is the lovely... Introduce yourself.
I'm Sully in the real world, Ben Bauer in the D&D world, a fallen Aasimar paladin looking to overcome her deep, dark, shady past by bringing peace, joy, love, and all good things to the world by making absolutely everybody happy.
Yeah.
That was not recorded. Preemptively
Rehearsed.
done.
It's obviously
Rehearsed.
Yeah.
It was absolutely rehearsed in the mirror right before we started.
No, I just looked up what you liked so much last time.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. You are coming back from a trip back home?
Yes.
Awesome.
I went home to St. Louis for Christmas and New Year's, which was really nice.
Awesome.
I'm new to the Ocala area, so it's about to be 3. I think I've been here 3 months.
Nice.
No, it's about to be 4.
Beautiful. Already locked
What's
into a
that
Dungeons and
about?
Dragons group and everything.
You made it past the 90-day ejection period, so you're staying.
Congratulations, you made it through your probationary period.
Nice.
Welcome, Carl.
Yeah.
Oh, probation, that's the word. Ejection. I mean,
Oh.
similar.
Yeah, right.
I love it. And then we'll bring it across the table to my main man, Ryan Mace, the executive producer
Yay.
and owner of Zeneration Media. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Hey guys, my name's Ryan Mace, and I play Goal. You know, the guy, he's like trying to overcome his past in a way that's different than Ben's. But,
Ben
You
was
know.
here first.
no. It's
Ben was
like
here on the tragic backstory.
it's like the same but totally different. You know, there's something else going on there.
He's my brother. No,
Bum,
He'll
bum,
overcome it
bum.
one abused child at a time.
I wrote you into my backstory with that.
Did you?
You don't even know.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Anyways,
very
I
fun.
don't even remember what my talking points are. On brand.
Excellent. Ryan Mace, everyone. And sitting directly to his left, we have Nico, owner and proprietor of Thaliandor.
That is me.
Go ahead and introduce yourself for us, sir.
I am Nico in the real world, and I am also Nico in the game. I am the head councilman of Thaliandor, and today I'll be playing my LARP character. Thaliandor is a LARP group. I am playing my LARP character, Nicholas Oscar, who is a paladin fighting a war for his people. So far. Well, that'll change soon, I'm sure. But a little bit about me and about Thaliandor. Thaliandor is a full contact foam fighting group that takes place here in Ocala, where Ocalian Nights also takes place. And you can join for free. It is free to play. We have this lovely trailer that should be playing at some point in time. Boom! There it is. Yeah. So check us out on Facebook. We have a website. We have Facebook. We have YouTube, Instagram, the whole shebang and bang. Like I said, it is free to play. All you have to do is show up, and you can be one of those guys in that video right there, or right
You want to be that guy.
yeah,
You wanna be that
there,
guy.
right there. You could be that guy.
Clutch.
Hitting people with a you can't be that guy. That guy's me. Anyone but that guy. That guy's me. But anyway, you can show up and we'll give you a stick and we'll give you somebody to bop, and it's the best. It's literally the best.
It could be me.
It could be
Could be
him.
Ryan. You too can.
Ooh, boppers.
Yeah, man. So let me set the scene a little bit for you guys. You arrive at the Brick City Adventure Park here in Ocala. You turn left as soon as you come in. You have the football field to your right-hand side. You'll see a pavilion. Underneath that pavilion is a scene directly out of like Spartacus or Gladiator, where you see kind of tents pulled up. You see people kind of like dressing their swords and shields. You see piles of armament and weapons just kind of laid strewn. You see people in armor kind of talking joyfully, drinking this liquid material called water. It's pretty fantastic. And then the games start. There could be games like Protect the King, where either side will have one person they designate as the king, and it is everyone's job to protect this king. Once the king dies, resurrections stop, so you are not allowed to respawn.
I don't want to interrupt you, David,
Yeah.
but when you were describing that, I was like, holy shit, I don't remember any of this happening.
The first few seconds when you said Brick City Park, I was thinking, oh, I know what that one is. I know what
Yep, no,
No
we weren't.
viewer
Not
looks
in the
exactly
Dungeons
like
and Dragons
that.
game. This is what LARPing feels in
I
the.
was like, dude, I was like, wasn't the town under attack? Who's doing medieval games in
I
this town?
love it. I love it. But yeah, it's a very fun day. You arrive somewhere around 11:30. You'll find Mr. Nico or a wonderful lady named Marcy.
My
You'll fill
beautiful
out,
wife.
you'll fill out a little bit of waiver paperwork. That just says that you are kind of in the know of what's going to happen during the day, and then you get to go have fun with some foam swords and shields. The hits do not hurt, but they hit you enough that you feel it. So it's almost like having the opportunity to get into a real sword fight, but without the damage and dismemberment
That is
that comes
exactly
along
what
with
it
that.
is.
That's
It's
the
not-
fun part.
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
like other LARPs that you see where people are like, "Ooh, I got you." It is actual combat.
Sure enough.
But you don't get bruised up, so you can still go to work the next day.
Absolutely, man. It's a very, very fun time. We hope to see you guys this Sunday. This is every Sunday, absolutely free. Come on down.
You too can unlock the broken thumb achievement.
Yes.
I have that. Sweet.
Yeah.
You're already there.
Shout out to Santos Trails.
Shout out to Santos. What?
Which I'm sure you guys know this, but Ocala has one of a world-renowned mountain biking course called Santos Park. This is literally world-renowned. Like people
World-renowned.
travel here from all over the world to come and bike these trails, and it's like literally 2 minutes from my house. Pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
Pretty
I have family
darn
who built
cool.
it.
No way! Look at that. Awesome. I'll have to talk to them because Santos Trail will be in this adventure at some point.
Yeah, they were. My uncle and his brother were around when they were making it, and was a part of the building of some of the trails.
Interesting.
Really? Were they affiliated with like Omba or?
I have no clue. I think they were just out there,
Tell me
like,
more.
just breaking up the crowd and
Did
making
they
trails.
create the wooden feature that I broke my freaking hand on
The
Christmas
blue
Day?
trail.
No, that
turned
was
into
Mother
a cowboy
Nature.
Diamond black.
They
Yeah.
were like, we're gonna put these
They're hammering it in like,
you.
frick you, Darian.
Oh, terrible,
Okay.
terrible.
Knowing my uncle, he
What?
probably would have put a nail in it, so he might rip something more than just a.
That is fantastic. And I am David Lugo. I will be the dungeon master for today's game. That basically means that I have a loose story in mind, and I will present the characters with objectives, plots, characters, and then they get to interact with those plots, characters, environments to create a story. The story is completely unique to these 5 players. We could play this exact same adventure again with 5 different players and achieve an entire different outcome, which is a very, very cool thing to be able to achieve in a game. As I mentioned, I'm David Lugo, and I work for the beautiful Locala magazine. And the reason why I mentioned Locala magazine is in this issue, we have a beautiful Ocalian Knights spread.
Look
where
at those
we were-
dapper gents.
We were
in there, huh?
featured in the arts section of Locala. And it was a really cool honor to be interviewed by Lisa Anderson and Lisa Anderson Media. And they took some photos of us and took some information down about what Dungeons & Dragons is. So if you would like to take a look at that, you can visit localamag.com and see the online version, or hit us up in the comments and I'll send you one. For the first, 5 people, I could absolutely send you one. So cool. Comment if you want one. Awesome. Do we have any announcements? Anything you guys want to talk about before we get into today's game?
Show up to Ocala every Sunday to
Every
hit
Sunday.
me with a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Move
Ocala.
to Ocala.
Move to Ocala.
I mean,
Hit me with a stick.
We have a very supportive Chamber of Commerce here.
Stay tuned during the break for a special video that definitely is ready. Haha, right, David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David,
Guy
yes.
in the chair.
Live
Special
editing.
shout out to our guy in the chair.
Yeah.
Jamie, pull it up.
They probably can't even hear him.
No, they can't because I haven't connected that mic.
Hello, David
Lovely,
of the distance.
lovely.
Yeah, we love
I like
David.
that.
He does all
He
the
was
things that
very
make us
far
look
away.
good, which is very cool. All right, welcome back to today's game. We will do a bit of a recap. You guys have entered into Bellevue. You have met a little girl named Mary who led you towards the center of town.
That's wrong.
That is incorrect.
Is that not correct?
Her name was Dottie.
Oh, Dottie. It was Dottie.
Was
Oh my
Dottie.
gosh. Mary is in a different game.
I'm like, who's
Sorry,
Mary?
guys.
What do you mean, Dottie? I recall her being called Corpse.
No.
Oh,
For
no.
a bit of time. For a bit of
Your
time.
name is about to be corpse.
So sorry. So they met Dottie. Dottie took them to her father in the center of town. The group quickly realized this was an ambush and set themselves up for success, fighting off a barrage of snake creatures, and eventually a magic user spawned a extremely
Big snake.
large monstrosity of a snake, who began wreaking havoc on the town and on our adventurers. They were made quick work while Bin thrust her sword completely through the body of this snake, catching the magic user just before his escape. After a quick inquisition, a beheading, and a kind of setting of plans, the group decided to kind of follow in the path into the magic user's little hut or room or building of sorts. So that is where we will pick up the adventure, unless anybody has any bits of task they'd like to accomplish before moving into this room.
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 Fantastic.
There was like
The
a
magic user room.
ladder down, right? That he came from.
He was in a room. Yeah, it was a kind of like an open alcove in the side of a building, and there was a little room just past that alcove that you couldn't quite see into, where he was kind of hiding.
Did we find anything on his corpse?
You didn't find anything on his corpse, but you were planning on finding things in his room.
Gotcha.
So as you guys enter his room, you can see this
Investigation. For traps.
Ooh, you can definitely check for traps,
I'm a
sir.
rogue.
we still got those 3 rando wizard boys on.
Still have
Brothers
3
that
rando
were-
wizard board.
They're not random.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, that's right. You got your
21 investigation for
There's
traps.
There's like
Bro, dude.
You can see the markings below the doorway that look like etchings in some sort of foreign language.
Hold up, guys.
Excellent. As you investigate closer, you realize that there is no glowing arcane energy, and maybe the spell was attached to the magic user. So you do not think that there is anything to worry about cresting this door. Excellent. As you guys move in, you can see these same kind of etch marks all over this room. Different carvings of snake-like creatures go from one wall to the other. You see a very large mouth, looks very similar to the snake you guys saw outside.
Is this all new carving? Or?
New carvings, yeah. Like you can see the wood chippings on the floor, as this was maybe part of the ceremony to raise this large creature.
Can I investigate what it's all like? Try to get any type of meaning out of all this?
Sure, yeah.
Arcana, or...
Yeah, you can roll at advantage with him kind of, you guys slowly going through.
19.
Ooh, wonderful. So this takes you a little bit back. This being carved out of wood, I mean, it's something ticks in your mind about the power that goes into the types of wood that exist in the world, and then what you're able to do with those pieces of wood, carving them in certain ways. And you begin to see that these carvings are really well done. Like, this is not etched in with a knife of some sort. This looks like it is hammered in with some sort of carving tool. The lines are very, very crisp. Underneath, you see this lettering. And the lettering is foreign to you, unless you speak the same language the snakes speak.
Is it
Not
Which
right.
is
primordial?
parcel
It is
tongue.
not
It's
primordial.
abyssal, isn't it?
Parcel tongue.
Wait a minute.
For copyright sakes, it's not parcel tongue.
Package.
Do you speak abyssal?
I do speak abyssal.
Is it abyssal?
It is not abyssal.
Oh, okay.
Would it be
Technically, I don't
possible
speak
for
abyssal
me
yet.
to examine the? I don't know how to say this in a rule. I would like to look at it with like my own perspective. I'd like to look at maybe a religion check,
Sure.
like using my own kind
I
of
would like to be posted outside.
expertise.
Yeah. Oh, understood.
Well, it was only a 6.
Yeah. It's not striking any religious bells for you at all.
Okay.
If anything, it's ticking to you as the opposite direction.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check to see if I understand what it is?
You cannot make an insight check on it, unfortunately.
infernal?
It is not infernal. But good try, though.
I would like to pull out my whittling tools and kind of like match them up to it and see if they're like kind of similar.
Sure. You notice that your whittling tools are not the same thing that was used. Where you have kind of a carving piece, this is an etching piece. Maybe you've used something like this in the past before, but this is used to carve out specific lettering. Because as you guys know who are magic users, the spell requires like specificity and correctness. And the letters are made perfect.
Can I search his body for that tool?
You definitely can. I mean, so without a doubt, you search his body already and did not find it. But you go searching around, you can kind of look at the bottom and look at where the etching kind of started and where the last one was made. And you follow your eyesight down and you see a drawer, and that drawer has a little bit of wood shavings on top. You open the drawer and you see this whittling utensil inside this box.
Is it just like utensils or anything like special about it?
Just the utensil as far as you can see right now. Perfect.
I will add it to my whittling collection.
Awesome.
Which
Inside
is
of
impressive.
I have no doubt. Inside of this same drawer, you see 3 eggs. Semi-large, like not chicken egg size, but kind of pretty large. Kind of just laying inside this cabinet. Bear with me a moment.
Could I by chance use a forgery?
Can you make a history check for me? Anyone who's been to the Fae, feel free to make or has information about the Fae. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
What about nature?
A history, please.
21.
Okay, great.
6.
Awesome. We'll go with the 21 on this.
We'll go with the 21 here.
You recall from your time in the Fae, or from speaking with a certain incredibly large individual, who I think you know who I'm talking about. He would tell stories about a fabled group that was around thousands of years ago called Thaliandor.
Ooh.
And these symbols resemble some of their writing. You never learn to read it, don't know what it means, but the guy who tells these stories, he's an arcane user, and he normally uses these puffs of magic and kind of spells out the things in smoke, and then they kind of drift off, similar to the way the lady did at the fire.
Where are these carvings at? They're on the eggs?
The carvings are on along the outside of the kind of lettering that was underneath the snakes.
Okay.
This was just another piece that he came to him a little bit later.
Gotcha.
Can I use a forgery kit to write down these things?
Oh, definitely. You could take time and etch it in with a pencil or a piece of chalk or charcoal. Any one of those 3 options are perfectly
Extensive
fine.
notes of these.
Yeah.
So these
perfect.
are by but they're not on the drawer that the eggs are in?
They're not on the drawer at all. They are located on the walls. These symbols and snake etchings along the walls of this room.
Can I do a nature check to try to see if I know what kind of eggs these are?
Oh, yes. Yes, most definitely.
E, would
And
you care to?
at advantage, or if she helps you, but you're from the Fae, I'd give you advantage.
All right. 9.
Oh, sorry. The shell
We
on
might
the
have
outside.
our first dice jail here
in this
soon.
lighting, you just can't see anything through, and they look like too large to be normal eggs that you guys have seen here in Ocalia. So you imagine these probably came with them through a portal of some sort. Which reminds me, you guys see, in addition to the notes that you cannot make out, in addition to the snake carving that's pretty clear, you see a kind of not pentagram, because it has a little bit too many points to it, but it looks very much so like a summoning circle. And you can see written in common, or sorry, written in the Thaliandor language. So this is what you're kind of etching, these several symbols. And I guess I won't tell you what they mean until you meet someone.
Is Thaliandor like just ancient common?
It's
like Old English?
Sort no, more like What's the language they say like the angels spoke a long time ago here in like our real world?
Aramaic.
Aramaic. It's kind of like Aramaic. If that makes any sense.
Is it like Spanish and Portuguese, that kind of thing?
It's like Fey and English smashed together, maybe. But there are 4 distinct symbols around this summoning circle, written in the Stallion Dory language.
And there's 3 eggs.
And there are 3 eggs.
I don't.
Would you like to? I think you would definitely get a roll if you wanted to, being of the nature-y side of things.
Yes, I think I would like to.
I'm just holding them like.
And she's like, don't do that.
I would like to check out the eggs a little more closely.
Smash them and see what comes
Yeah,
out.
sure.
Potentially hold one and listen to it, or
Speak with
just-
animals.
I'm
Hells
using
yeah.
this.
Speak with
Watch out.
unborn
Can I
animals.
use your dice tray, please?
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
can split it.
Well, they have been
19
born.
plus
Picking
3,
them.
22.
They're out.
Oh, fantastic!
Not born.
What's wrong with
And-
me?
That's boring.
Are you just
As-
like.
Yeah.
But it's
As you
out.
start to shake it, you feel her hand over your side, and you hand over this egg to her. As the egg touches, a glowing kind of happens to the outside of the egg. And only you can see the shadow in the inside of a humanoid winged creature.
Oh, shit.
Brother.
But
These
it
eggs
is
are
it is
transilluminated.
much
No.
much
Okay, those
much
things
much
just materialize.
underdeveloped. Much underdeveloped.
Underdeveloped.
Like you can tell it's got a big old noggin.
How big are these eggs?
Relatable.
They're like this big, like sized.
If I held onto one and then I used produce flame in my hand to warm it up, would anything happen?
Yes.
It would cook.
We would not find out.
Not fresh.
Something would happen.
That's
Is that
how
what
you
you're
make
doing?
Yeah.
I'm
I believe E is probably a little. Are you protective
my
of these
coat.
things now? Or?
I'm a little protective of the baby eggs.
And you don't sense anything from them. If you tried to like put it in close to listen, you're not getting anything. Just the small thumping.
Fragile.
Hello.
I mean, definitely fragile in comparison to armor, but pretty sturdy
Fragile,
eggs,
that's
man.
Italian.
Pretty sturdy eggs.
Fragile.
Yeah, pretty sturdy eggs.
Like, could we carry them on us worry-free? Or, like, football? Basketball?
Egg?
Egg?
Egg.
Quabo.
That's the best I have for you.
I'm going to.
By judging, if no contact happened directly to the bag they were in, probably be okay. If you were running down the street and they were blopping a little bit on each other, if there were a little bit of padding in between, they might be okay. But it is still
Not a combat kind of thing.
Yeah, it is
I
still
gotcha.
an egg, and trauma would damage this thing, no doubt.
Are they in, like, a nest or anything? Are they specifically in that drawer because of an environment? Or
Doesn't
are they...
seem like it, man. They're
Alright.
just kind of thrown in there with this whittling utensil.
We probably have extra clothes. We could pad around it.
Yeah.
Wanna be cleaning up the bodies.
Did only E see the person inside it?
Only she has seen the person inside of
I'm going
it.
to tell you guys what I saw. Oh,
Outside.
okay.
Right now?
If you transilluminate these big old eggs right here, you're gonna see little creatures inside, and never fear. I think they're just wee babes and they could use our help. So let's take these little eggs and we will take them ourselves.
Yeah.
And an additional point of inspiration.
Hogs in chat.
Epic.
That was really good.
In addition to the eggs and whittling utensil, you find several notes. And these notes are written in that foreign language.
The Thaliandor language or
not
the Snake
Thalian,
language?
the snake
Oh,
language.
snake.
Snake.
Is that
I'll be
abyssal?
cleaning up the bodies outside.
It is not abyssal. It's not primordial.
Is it celestial
It is not celestial.
or
Infernal?
dwarfish?
It's
I don't know
not
why I
dwarf.
It's not
took that.
gnomish.
Nobody here is a dwarf.
It is a as this is something that probably Cricket has come across at some point. It is a unpopular language in the Fae.
We don't like. Kind of like we don't like this. Like it's kind of like not. We don't look at it often when we encounter it in the
people
Fae.
who spoke this language you guys don't associate with. You guys don't, like, they're potentially one of the wars lost, because in the Fae, when they lose the war, their entire society is done. So this could be one of those lost languages.
Did you take the eggs?
So fun.
Took out the eggs, and I'm currently trying to figure out how we're going to maybe transport these eggs.
I'm gonna dig around in my pack and try and pull out like some extra changes of clothes.
Sure.
And we'll like when you're
wanna be
packing
cleaning
up
up the bodies.
glasses.
And then
Cleaning
just
up the
put, like-
bodies, hells yeah. Roll me a perception check while you are outside watching, observing. You can roll at advantage if you do roll stinkily, because you've been out there just paying attention to the outside.
16 plus numbers.
Cool. What are the numbers, just in case?
Let's find out.
7.
What is that, charisma?
Stand by. Still trying to figure out how to work this whole. I'm good at swinging sticks,
Do you
people.
need a
Okay.
Mazlet?
Something
3.
that's cool on your D&D
19.
Beyond, the bottom of your screen where you see the multiple blocks.
Yeah.
If you click that, that'll let you get to any of those screens.
Right. I was
in
just
the-
getting. I was just getting there.
understood.
So it's a
understood, yeah.
19 total.
Okay, wonderful.
Ocalian Nights, not brought to you by D&D Beyond.
Not yet.
Yet.
As you look across this battlefield, I mean, the buildings are kind of somewhat destroyed from this large snake. There are bodies laid strewn, kind of hanging out, and that's what prompts you to kind of clean up the scene a little bit. Talk to me about your thought process on cleaning up the scene.
Well, they said earlier that the snake guy was like doing a little bit of a signal to his people, right? So I'm thinking about these people coming in here. So I'm thinking clean up bodies to get them kind of out of the way.
Sure.
So that we can fortify this place to defend it against these snakes that I assume are coming.
Awesome. You see the barricades just reminding you that are there blocking them from coming to you, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then down the major alleyways, there's another barricade set. So you think the only way for them to come towards you would be through buildings going up inside or directly down that major square route. So you begin to clean up these bodies. You're piling them all
totally
together.
like
You're pulling
putting
them into
onto the barricades.
putting them onto the barricades
Yeah,
like
so as soon
pikes,
as they
like
walk,
head on
as
pikes.
soon as they walk up, it's gonna be like, hey, these are all your dead friends.
Fantastic.
Listen, my dude's like straight out of a war. Like we are
Yeah.
actively in a war currently right now. So
Oh,
we're
I
like
freaking love it.
mega
No.
war tactics.
Oh, most definitely, man. Absolutely. So cool. You are working on that currently. Would not quite getting all that done.
I want to
in
bully
this
the guy
moment.
from earlier to help me stream these things up.
I mean, he is on your heels, man. Like you're telling him to grab hunks of flesh, and he's doing it. You're kind of proud a little bit of this guy.
Oh yeah, totally.
Of her dad. Is his name Mark? I think his name is Mark.
Something like
Is now. I
yeah.
don't think he had a name.
Yeah, I think it's Mark.
Oh,
Mark
is
and
that
he
the
Doc.
guy
does,
who pissed
it's
himself?
It is.
Yes,
It is
that's-
indeed.
Oh, is that
yeah.
dude still alive?
He is still alive. Yeah, he's not.
He's a little
helping him.
singed, but it's all right. He'll be better. He's seen better days.
Is the child's eyes by chance like blinking sideways?
They are not blinking sideways,
Okay.
and I believe you were in charge of the child
Yes,
last.
I still have the child.
Good. So you're kind of. Are you in the magic room as well with everybody?
Yeah.
Just with her.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm just like kind of holding her hand. Just,
Sure. Any last
let
bit
me
of any last bit of curiosities inside this magic room?
Is it just the room? There's no other exits or anything.
Just the
like
room,
that?
no other exits. There's an upstairs. If you went up there, you wouldn't find anything
So the
pertinent.
summoning circle on the bottom.
Yeah.
I will take my little etching thing and
Sure.
like disturb the
Freaking smart.
disturb the runes in the summoning circles a little bit.
Oh, I love it. You
Yeah.
see those 4 distinct markings, and if you etched into those 4 distinct markings, you would believe that you would have done the thing that would stop this magic from happening.
Awesome. As well
Um,
as for the snack people too.
As well, you would imagine. Yeah.
Okay.
There could be information you don't know, but as far as you know, as far as circles go and etching out lines, you have accomplished the goal. No issues there at
I
all.
judge the tool and I'm like, not bad.
Should we
bad
ask
at
our wizard
all.
boys if they pick up anything?
Oh
from us?
yeah,
Like, can I
wizard
ask-
boys.
Roll me a performance check with that etching tool, please.
Performance.
Ooh.
Ooh, 19 plus 2 is 21.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so you remember I mentioned that looks like it kind of hammered in.
Uh-huh.
As you pull your hammer out from the side and you lay this etcher into the ground, as the piece touches the wood, it slides like butter.
Ooh.
You don't need to hammer it at all. Just shink.
Probably something I'm used to with my etching tools.
Maybe.
Do I get a Fayish impression off of this thing?
Definitely.
I just kind of mental note of that.
Sure.
Things are afoot here.
Excellent.
You said there was an upstairs?
Yeah, there's an upstairs.
I'd like to go investigate.
Yeah, upstairs you find a couple different bedrooms. There looks to be doors that are pretty sturdy, and that's really about it. There's no blood. Whoever was here is no longer here, and the upstairs kind of just looks pretty plain.
Is there any balconies?
There's a balcony, yes.
I would like to go and lock all of the doors
Sure,
and wrap some rope around the doorknobs, make sure
Sure.
they can't be opened.
understood.
And then I'm going to go lay down.
Oh, word.
This gentleman's doing a little snoozing.
Anybody else going down for, or what's your guys' thought process? So we'll head back outside to you. You put the last head on the pike or body standing up on one of these hooked pieces of wood, and you look over at the guy who's, drenched in sweat, probably the hardest he's ever worked in his entire life. And you kind of look around, and it's just a ghost town outside, man.
Okay.
You took a rubbing of the... Oh, sorry. Pretty sure. I saw him take a rubbing of the...
He did.
Okay, yeah.
He
so I
did
thought.
indeed.
All right, good.
Of as much of the information as possible.
I'm gonna find, I guess, the group.
Yeah, you find the group. You hear a loud bit of snoring coming from upstairs. The area you're in seems to be pretty quiet. You take in all of the sights of the room, the etchings on the wall.
Do I comprehend the Thalian language?
Let's see. Let's roll a history check for me, please.
God, I
need a
hope you get
history
advantage of this one.
How's that history when it's him?
You will find out later.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Ooh,
not
rough.
good.
Not paying attention. 5.
As you, the symbols, they read very clear to you. And as the words flash through your brain, they're immediately taken away. And you cannot figure it out.
It's weird. Okay. Anyway, outside, barricades are up. We're good on that. Everything looks good.
What time of day is it at this point?
It is starting to become nighttime.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh,
that
I
sounds
will
pretty
check with these wizard guys and be like, y'all are probably getting a little tired. What kind of protections? Do our wizards have any protections for us if we were to camp out here for
The
night?
wizards
This
are
guy's following
completely out of magic. They have expended everything they had during the fight.
Even Jamothy.
Especially Jamothy. Jamothy is literally as soon as the battle stopped, he collapsed.
Aw.
He had finger guns still out.
Yeah, he's like, he's having a...
But they're now walking around, but
Later
they're
days.
tired, man. The eyes barely staying open.
Is Dottie tired?
Dottie does not look tired.
Dottie looks great.
I should have ended her before I went to sleep.
Dottie has not said a word
Okay.
since you guys had your encounter outside.
Yeah.
So what is our plan for
I don't know what to
keeping
tell
watch? What is our plan going forward from this moment right here?
Well, I could use a long rest.
I could also.
I'm
use
pretty
a long
sure our
rest.
wizards could use a long rest.
I'm not saying that a
Um,
long rest is out of the question. I'm just saying how are we going to achieve said long rest?
Well,
If we have people breathing down our neck. Disregard him because he's already.
I think
feel
he's
like,
already.
I feel like the door to all upstairs is locked.
I can't let that child up there before I sleep. The enemy within.
Can we do a long rest, but have a watch rotation?
You could totally do a long rest with the three sorcerer guys you have with you. The 5 sorcerer. I think you have 2 sorcerers and 3 brother wizards, if I'm not
that sounds
mistaken.
right.
So you have 5 people with you total, unless one of them died. I can't remember if any of them officially
No, I
outright died.
tried really hard.
Okay. So you have 5 with you
yeah,
total.
we
So
tried to knock some of
with
them
the 10 of you guys, no doubt you'd be able to come up with a rotation of sorts to get everybody enough sleep.
And an eye on this little girl.
And an eye on the little girl, if that's what you so wanted. 100%. She could definitely be
I'm
part of that
asleep. I
conversation.
can't influence this decision at all.
Yeah.
All right. I believe.
You're obviously
Tie
in
her
the first
up.
rotation of sleepers.
She's evil.
Yeah, so he's going to be the first to wake up for
I
guard.
say a long rest with the runes secured.
Cool. Alert.
Everybody?
Is that a...
It's a feat.
It's a feat?
Yeah, alert is a feat.
Oh, I have a feat for alarm.
Alarm, yeah, alarm. That's what I
Right.
meant. Yeah, yeah.
Race ability?
It's whatever weird feat that you said I could take.
I meant alarm. That's what I meant.
Oh,
I don't know what it is or where it came from.
Perceptive?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you have
I guess so.
expertise in? And I can tell you.
I think it just. Well, I actually don't have expertise
That's
in
me.
perception.
Mm.
What
Let
do I
me
have?
let me just
Maybe
look
it
at...
was in
Talking about your
survival.
notes.
I know
The
that
Twitch
I.
stream, check the disco.
Oh wait,
Just
maybe
go.
it was. You know what? I'm thinking of a different character. Maybe we just didn't
So,
get this. Maybe we
Before
didn't do that.
I take the before we take my rest, I would like to go to the top windows. So I'm assuming there's windows and everything.
Yep.
And like I will
I should
suddenly
do that.
transform into a squirrel
Perfect.
along with the rest of the squirrels and lead them to like go up on the roof and kind of like get an idea
Cool.
of like a scouting area, as I cannot fly yet.
Perfect, man.
But like my squirrely form is very like kind of fey-ish and like glittery and everything, and just like kind of like with the rest of the squirrels and everything, and kind of like lead a scouting party up onto the roof and see what we can see before we take our.
Totally, man. As the sun is setting, not quite dark yet, you have that kind of reddish sky. You look up in the ceiling, and the entire purple green skyscape that was there earlier is gone. This looks like a normal Ocalian day. Or what do you know of as normal? Maybe the purple
But
green.
like, is my fey connection
Like
gone
the
now? Am I
second,
like?
third one.
If you were to have thoughts of home, you would find those thoughts fleeting. Just something that it seems to be a byproduct of whatever is going on.
Gotcha.
But you notice the bright sky coming to a dull. The buildings that you're in, kind of surrounding the city square, are taller than the rest of the going downhill area. So you can see these large warehouse structures over by the port with a couple, literally 2 boats. One of them at the very first building and one of them at the very last building. 2 boats kind of set up masts and pirate shippy, all kind of looking. And you don't see anybody roaming the streets or moving about. But you do see those 5 or 6 different buildings or structures.
So I have a mental idea that I can explain to everybody.
100%.
And the squirrely boys, where we can be like, all right, this is where.
Yep,
we're
you
going.
told them kind of watch this alley, watch this alley, watch this alley. If they come up through here, make sure you wake us up. They probably don't need to sleep. They don't have spell slots.
I'm like, all right, I am going in and doing the snoozle once they.
Squirrels are
I would think they would have
nocturnal,
nut
so they'll be up all
slots.
night.
I like it.
I will curl
Nut
up into a
slots.
little foxball next to E.
At
and
least
be like,
2.
Perfect.
I
That
do
is-
have
yep.
alarm. It's survivalist, so it's
I
a
thought you had alarm.
survival
I think you did alarm at
thing.
level 3 inside of our last adventure.
Yes, I did.
Are we
I
level
have
3?
alarm for free once
You
per long.
are not
rest.
yet.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yes, don't worry. When you complete your long rest.
I'd say E gets her.
Yeah.
Her college.
Let's just say you guys fought
I
a
will get my.
big ass creature last adventure.
Oh.
And some XP is coming your way.
So we're actually level 4.
Nope. Level 3.
level
I'm gonna
4.
get my oath.
Will you
Alright.
get your oath?
So is
That's
everyone
And
going down
necrotic
for
shroud.
their nap time?
besides the rotations.
Besides the rotation, which you 6 are all able to fall asleep, knowing that the job is going to get done, if not by the 5 who you have tasked with of magic users, but at least the squirrels will let you know if there is any danger coming.
What is
in
Mark
addition to her
doing?
And
alarm.
Mark.
Mark is by your side, man. He's actually holding your sword.
He's actually holding your
Absolutely
hand.
not.
Sorry. I imagine like you were like here. He's carrying this gigantic sword by his side. He can't even unsheath it if he wanted to.
You guys are sitting next to each other's hand. Come closer.
It's like, hey, man.
Marcy's in the chat and she's doing that meme.
Fantastic. So as you guys fade to sleep.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
And as she says that and you make eye contact, you see it on her face that she begins to fall.
No.
And fall.
Is it Helena?
Yeah, it is Helena.
Oh my god.
So as you walk up and approach Helena and you touch her shoulder and she turns around, her face is blank. Not blank expression, but erased. Smashed off, and you're looking up at the face of a saber-tooth